think that you're toxic to yourself? Like, honestly, that's a real legit question. Welcome back to all my beautiful babes. If you ladies are new here for the first time, my name is Nicole. Hello. As you ladies can see from the title below, we're going to be talking about toxicity. But before we get started, I'd like you ladies to go over and add me on Instagram, which will be in my description bar below. I'd also like you ladies to remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you ladies can be notified each time that I upload. Without further ado, let's dive right into this video. Today, ladies, we are talking about toxicity, and I think this topic is really crucial for the time that we live in now, because I feel like a lot of us are always talking about how people are this way and how people are that way and how our situations are like this because of this person. I really do feel like this generation points a lot of fingers at everybody else, and instead of looking at what part that they play in whatever situation. I am not taking anything away from anybody who has actually been a real life victim of anything terrible in their life. Like, a lot of times that us as women, especially since we're so emotional, we kind of hop from one situation to another. In most cases, that is great. Don't get me wrong, because you're never supposed to just stay stagnant. But I do think that there should be a time in your life to where you sit down and you think, what part that you have to play in this failed relationship, in this failed job, in this failed opportunity, whatever the case may be. And in this case, ladies, I'm just going to talk about relationships, because I know that is the familiar zone for all of us. A lot of us literally will go from this guy to another guy, like, seriously, in less than however long. Like, and if you move on fast, that's your business. But for me, I just feel like self-care is definitely needed after you get out of a relationship. Like, people always say, get under somebody new, do something else. Like, I don't feel like that. I feel like you're just gonna eventually bring your old baggage to somebody else. People underestimate the power of being alone sometimes. You never take the time out to love yourself and get to know yourself. How are you going to be any type of healthy for the next person that comes into your life? Like, seriously, because you're going to be holding on to baggage and damage, even if you're over that person. Mentally, you are not, because mentally, once the new person do something that you probably don't like, you're probably going to handle it the same way. Sorry, ladies, my phone kind of went jerk. But you're probably going to end up handling it like that, handle it the same way that you handled your old relationship, which is something that you really don't want to do, because honestly, it's going to set you back again, and then you're going to be broke up again, and then you're going to go through this again. For me, something that I did that I shouldn't have done is, in my past, a lot of the times, I always would get hurt. I always would get, broken down mentally and just emotionally, and it was just really hard for me. But you know what, I always threw it underneath the rug, and I kept moving, and I just hopped on to the next situation, whatever that may be, because I felt like I'm not gonna deal with it, it's all good, I'm just gonna go on with my life. But then later on in my life, I realized, wow, I seriously sat here and hid all this stuff on the inside of me, and now it's coming out. Like, you don't take care of your inner problems, I promise you, it's gonna come up some way, somehow, whenever in your future. And if you don't take care of it now, you're going to regret it later, because now you're in something else and you have to start over from scratch. This is why being alone in a little period, because everybody knows when they're ready to move on, so it's not really a time limit on you moving on to the next person. I just think that it's important to squeeze that me time in there. I'm not talking about as soon as you break up with Charles, the next day you with Timothy. Like, no, like, seriously, I don't know why we do that. Men do that too, but that's their preference. I'm only talking to my beautiful babes right here. I don't think that's smart, because you can be toxic to yourself. You literally can become toxic to yourself and not even realize it, because you'll grow in that victim mentality. You'll grow in that little mindset of, oh my gosh, always me, and then you'll be stuck there, and then you'll allow the next person unknowingly to abuse you in any type of way, because you don't even know who you are. So you feel like, I deserve to get treated like this, I deserve to be cheated on, I deserve to be lied to, I deserve to be played with, I deserve to anything else that's bad. I'm telling you ladies this because I've been there mentally. I did not know myself. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know where I was headed. I didn't know even my dreams that I wanted to accomplish. I didn't know, because I was too busy trying to move on to my next thing in life, because I didn't want to sit there and go through that pain. If you had a baby, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, before you get to the hospital, if you're lucky enough to go in there and not feel any pain, you go into the hospital, you're all excited because you're getting ready to meet your baby and stuff like that. But then within the next hour or two, depending on how your contractions come, that stuff hurts, okay? It's like boom, 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 boom. Like, it comes back to back. But it's the labor pains that's starting to push the baby down so the new life can come about, right? Like a relationship, you need to go through the labor pains so something better can come. If you don't go through the labor pains, you're not going to get to where you want to go because you're so worried about, feeling these emotions. After that breakup, after that job, after whatever the situation happened, go to yourself, figure out yourself, tap into your dreams, tap into your hobbies, tap into your whatever it is that you need to tap into so you can get to know yourself, because knowing yourself is freedom. You know yourself. Once you love yourself, once you put yourself first, once you tell yourself, set the standards for yourself, that way, once you do all that stuff for yourself, it'll be easier for you to glide into another relationship. You'll be a lot healthier for that other person, because when we get in relationships, ladies, newsflash, it's not all about us. You can't be that girl because you too busy being depressed about something that happened to you 4 or 5 years ago. Then you jump up and you go be with somebody else, and it's like you didn't even heal from what Charles did. Then you go be with Timothy. Now you hurt from what Timothy just did, and now you stuck in the mindset of, oh my gosh, this is just my life. This is just what's gonna happen. Whatever you think, whatever you manifest, whatever you think about, that is how your life is gonna go. I don't care what nobody says. You sit up there and you think that you're worth this. If you sit up there and you don't take the time to get to know you, you're gonna let other people tell you who you are. If you don't know who you are, you're gonna let other people tell you who you are. And I promise you, you don't want that, because people have millions of opinions, and people's feelings are fickle. Did you hear me, ladies? People's feelings are fickle. They're gonna change every single day. You have to make sure you're taken care of, because nobody is gonna care for you the way you're gonna care for yourself. I can be a good friend, but I cannot sit there with you 24/7 and always boost you up every 5 minutes, because okay, obviously I have my own life, I have my own kids, I have my own struggles, my own flaws. Are you toxic to yourself? Because if you're toxic to yourself, you definitely need to do the book work, baby girl, because if you don't, then you're gonna find yourself always disappointed. You're gonna always find yourself in situations that you don't want to be in mentally, that's hurting your mental or that's draining you of your peace. You got to get out of it. And there's no peace in not knowing who you are, because you're always gonna be in chaos and you're never gonna know where you fit. It's like a puzzle piece, like, where do I go? Where do I stay? Remember that nobody is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Shoot, it don't matter. We are not perfect. The only thing is, God never said that he wanted perfection. He said he wanted progress. And that is something that he told me many years ago, and the same thing that he tells me to this day. And there's no shame in saying, hey, I need to work on my anger. Hey, I need to work on not talking back so quick. Hey, I need to work on not yelling, not being, what's the word I'm looking for? Assuming stuff. I need to work on all this stuff. There's nothing wrong with being mature enough and honest with yourself to say, you know what, girl, I gotta work on this because this is not cute. It's not cute, y'all. It is not cute to be coming in somebody's life, adding to the struggle. Life is already as hard as it is. You always want to meet people who can, just bring out the best in you. I don't want to deal with people that bring out the worst in me, that makes me feel like I'm going backwards. Check yourself. Check yourself, because if you don't check yourself, somebody else will check yourself, and you're gonna really feel some type of way when somebody tell you about yourself. But then you're gonna be like, why are you telling me? You don't know me. You don't know me. Y'all, God works in mysterious ways. We rush into things and then we point the fingers at these men, but in reality, it's us, because we are the ones that are choosing to be there. We're choosing to put up with it. We are choosing to, make this man a whole priority. And you are doing it to yourself. Like, you need to work on yourself. You need to figure out who you are. You need to figure out what you want. You need to figure out where you're going, because I promise you, life is going to eventually go by and you're going to look up and you're like, wow, I was just 21. Now I'm 42. You're going to spend all of your time being in a miserable situation because you're not going to do nothing but regret it, and you don't want that to happen. You can be the toxic friend. It's not always everybody else. You can be the toxic friend. You can be the friend that's always, the bummer, the bad luck, if you will. You can be that person. So how would you know if you're that person if you're constantly jumping this way, this way, this way, this way, this way? Focus on you, and only you can make those changes for you. You can't change nobody, and nobody can change you. So just because you hop from Charles to Timmy does not mean that all your problems have gone away, because now you have a whole nother can of worms to open up, because you're dealing with a whole nother man. You don't need to be with nobody right now. You don't need to focus on no man right now. You don't need to focus on no girl right now. You need to focus on yourself and moving yourself forward, period. You ladies have reached the end of this video. I thank you so very much for watching. If you found any value in this video, please make sure you ladies hit that like button just so I can know. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you ladies can be notified each time that I upload. And until my next video, I love you ladies, and I'm out.